there was a moment in the video, and I've left it in the first part, where you're kind of shaving it off, and then you brush it, and then, like you said, there's a little smile. The first time I think if it's in the video, it's like the first time you realise that actually, oh, this actually looks all right. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Baldcafe podcast. You know who we've got on the show today. We got Nick here. He's joining us just after his live episode went live on the YouTube. Nick, it's a pleasure to see you, man. How's it going?
It's going really, really well, thank you.
Good. You've been rocking the shaved head now for over a week, is that right?
Yeah, it's about over a week now, coming up 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
The first thing I have to ask you were really worried about the reactions, right? That was one of your biggest concerns. So tell me, in this last week, what have some of the reactions been like, and have any of those fears come to light?
None of the fears has come to light. I've just been receiving nothing but positive feedback. It's, you look really good, love the shaved head. I know it's a grade 1, but you look good with a grade 1. Just keep it like that kind of thing. So, yeah. I mean, one day I will go 0, but I'm happy as I am with it now. So, I'm going to probably give it another trim tonight. So,
yeah, good stuff. So, you've been, I see you've been active, right? You've been active on the Instagram. You're keeping up with the gym, and I know you've got a skydive planned in the works. Tell me more about that.
I've got that in the works. I'd love to do it. I might try and do things beforehand. So like I might climb the O2, might do a bungee jump, etc. I mean, I'll try to do things beforehand, kind of thing.
Yeah. And have you been out on any nights out since, or you've been working hard? Yeah.
Yes,
Tell me about that.
I honestly didn't think anything of it really. I kind of just went out, didn't worry about the hair, and I just felt really confident about it. A lot of people said, "Oh, really sharp haircut." I was like, "Yeah."
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, in our first episode, you were concerned about that. People's reactions. What's it going to look like? And you'd been for years, literally years and years using these hair fibers. So just talk to us a little bit. In the video, the first part, we just saw that you shaved it off, and the video kind of ended there, really. So talk to me about when you were shaving it, sort of how you were feeling. And immediately afterwards, how were you feeling?
When I was shaving my hair, I was thinking, oh my God, this is actually real. And I have to follow it through. And when I was doing it, I was kind of looking at it and going, I can do this. Come on, I can do this. No going back now. And I made it this far. I'm not going to stop now.
So you buzzed it all off. And then, I could see you were sweating a bunch. Obviously, the excitement was all kicking in, and you sort of, just getting it off there, just wanted to get it all off. Did you feel the relief, afterwards, or was it a big shock? Has it taken time to get used to?
I felt so relieved. I just felt 100. Oh my God, I just couldn't stop smirking, and I sent it to you first, not even to my own parents yet. And I sent it to a few of my friends. They said, "Oh, you look great! You look great!" And I remember posting it on Instagram, and I think one of my friends jokingly said, "Oh, you shouldn't have done it." And I'm explaining why. I say, "Look, I'm tired of using the hair fibers," and he was mortified, thinking it was actually genuine hair I had when I used to work with him. And I was like, "No, it's fake." And afterwards, I just threw the hair fibers straight in the bin.
Fantastic. Yeah, the best way to do it. In fact, I couldn't, because when we did the first episode, you said, maybe I'll put it side by side here, you said, this is just hair fibers. And even in that video though, you kind of it was a bit sort of messy looking, like you said, you had that style, but it looked like you still had hair, but it still looked, it did look thin, like it was thinning. But then in the video where, you shaved it off, you'd obviously washed them out, right?
Yep.
I couldn't, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I was shocked at just how sort of thin it was, so that, the hair fibers, we know they do work. They have an effect, it does make it look like you've got considerably more hair than you have. So for that reason alone, there's many reasons, but for that reason alone, I think 100%, you can see now you've done the right thing, putting an end to that. And is that how you feel about it? You can just, that chapter of your life is gone. You can move on now.
Yep, I can close the book. I can enjoy rocking the grade 1 look. I know it's not bald, but I will get there one day.
What would be some of the things you would advise anyone who's watching this video, who's in that struggle now?
My advice would be is do what you think is right for now, like in this present time. Speak to you. I'm stubborn. It took my mates about 3, 4, 5 years to get me to do this. It took you 2 months. Do what you think is right, because there's no real right or wrong way to dealing with it. So like for me personally, I think going grade 1 for me is the right move. Then gradually it'll be shorter and shorter and shorter, and then I'll probably just use a razor.
In a sense, then, would you say that the way you were dealing with it before with the hair fibers, that was good for you at the time?
For me at the time, that was good, only because I could kind of mask it in a way. So I can it just helped me feel a bit normal kind of thing. It just helped me be a bit better with myself, kind of thing. But I think I said in the first video, it got to a point where it was just only going to get worse, and I'm only just kidding myself, kind of thing.
Yeah. So in a sense, then, what you're really saying is, use what you need to use up to a point where you can, if it makes you feel better like that, more comfortable. But I think the moment it starts to affect you really negatively, because to be fair, you said at the start it wasn't such a big deal, right? At the start, it was just a little bit to sort of make your hair look a bit thicker, and you could kind of forget about it. But I think when it comes to a point where it's, a daily sort of struggle almost, and it's all you're thinking about, would you agree then that that's the time to really sort of say, okay, we need to change this up now and kind of stop this?
Yeah, if it's really starting to affect you mentally and it's really starting to affect your life, then you might want to just try and look at an alternative, because originally it was just that little bit here and that here. If it was just stayed like that, I probably would just continued using hair fibers. But since it kind of progressed all over, I knew something had to change.
Have you had anyone come to you and sort of ask about it? Maybe they're in a similar position and they were asking you for advice, or have you managed to inspire anyone to take that leap?
I don't know if I've inspired anyone, but a lot of people ask why I did it, and I said I just wanted a change, and I just wanted to better about myself and just own the look. I mean, at work for a laugh, someone left a hairband behind. I just put it right at the back of my head. I said, "Yeah, does it suit me?" kind of thing.
Yeah. And does it feel? It must feel good then to be in a place now where you can be like that and talk about it open and honestly, and it's like you're not hiding anything. There must be some real security in that, and it gives you that inner confidence. Do you think that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel now I can just wake up, not worry about putting it on. I can just put some shampoo in, like wash it, don't have to style it. It's so easy now to look after. I joke about it a lot more now. So a lot of people said to me, "Oh, you've made a bold move." I'm like, "Nah, funny."
Yeah.
I just laugh about it now, and I'm kind of just like enjoying the bald look. I wish I've done it sooner.
Good, fantastic. Well, listen, I think that's a great way to end it. I'm really pleased for you, and thanks again for sharing, this moment and your thoughts about it. Because you can see it's an inspiring thing to do, inspiring thing to share. Someone commented on the last video, it really takes a lot of balls to do this, and not only that, but then to share that on the internet. So I want to thank you once again, man, and I'm sure we will see you again very soon.
Yeah, jumping out of a plane.